Fox 2's Randy Ridley spoke to the owner who's now looking for redemption and hoping to salvage his reputation. Randy is live with more. Randy?
Yeah, guys, that crematorium is still closed. The judge in this case, as you mentioned, dismissed all the charges against O'Neal Swanson and says the state actually assisted in the creation of a crime.
There are no facts or law that purport to show that I could have even been a defendant in this case. And yet I'm a defendant charged with something that I didn't do, and the government knew it.
O'Neal Swanson II is both incensed and relieved. A Washtenaw County judge threw out the state's case against him Monday. Swanson's family owns several funeral homes and a cremation service in Ypsilanti Township. The latter was raided back in June, about a year after Swanson bought it. Attorney General Dana Nessel charged him with one count of improper disposal of dead bodies last month, a felony that carries a 10-year penalty. But there was one problem.
Mrs. Harris's remains were dropped off at the Tri-County Crematorium, which I own, back in 2019, almost a year and a half prior to my takeover.
Judge Cedric Simpson pulled on that loose thread until Nessel's case unraveled, in a sense. Prior to the raid, Swanson says the state's licensing agency, Laura, ignored his repeated requests for help in obtaining the proper permits to deal with the body in question, a fact that floored Judge Simpson.
Laura let this linger on and on and on until, and again, I'm not here to decide this, until all of a sudden there is somebody who is in front of them who they may not like.
In 2019, Swanson pleaded no contest to failing to escrow prepaid funeral contract funds. That cost him his mortuary license and a funeral home in Flint. Clint Kesto, Swanson's lawyer, says he's being targeted now because of his race.
The prior owner is Caucasian. The employees were Caucasian. Laura, everybody at Laura was Caucasian and white, and they're coming after the small business owner, family operated, African-American man.
We reached out to the Attorney General's office for comment. All they would say is that they're reviewing their options in this case. Swanson says it should have been the crematorium's previous owners who were held accountable, not him. He is considering taking legal action against the state. Stay tuned.